For today's notes, we're going to look at the area of triangles. So at the top, it says find the area of the rectangle. So for a rectangle, we're going to do 8 times 6, so base times height, which is 48. Now it says what is the area for the shaded. So if I just look at the shaded section, we can see that it's half of the rectangle. So I'm going to cut 48 in half. So that means divide it by 2, which is 24. So the formula for the area of a triangle is A equals 1/2 BH. Okay, so base is your B, H is your height, and then a half, remember, is divided by 2. So down below it says label the base and the height for the triangle below and give some characteristics for both. So all we're going to do is just label the base and the height. So the base is the entire bottom, and then your height is the dotted line. Okay, sometimes it may be a straight line, but if you see the dotted line, inside that is your height. Okay, and we do not use any number that is on the slant. Okay, so now let's go through and do some practice. All right, so the base is an even number and the height is odd. Okay, so there's your base, there is your height. Okay, so I'm going to plug it into our formula, 1/2 BH. So I have a half, base is 8, height is 5. So I'm going to multiply 8 times 5 is 40. I'm going to cut 40 in half, so divide that by 2, which gives me 20 inches squared. All right, so the next one, the base is odd, the height is even. So there's your base, there is your height. So I have 1/2 BH. So again, base is 11, height is 6. So I'm going to multiply 11 times 6, which is 66. Divide it by 2. So again, cut it in half. Half of 66 is 33 inches squared. All right, so both bases are even numbers. So your height, there's your base. So there's my formula, 1/2 BH. So I have 1/2, base is 8, height is 6. So we're going to multiply 8 times 6, 48. Cut it in half, so divide it by 2, which is 24 inches squared. All right, so both base and height are odd numbers. So base is 7, height is 3. 7 times 3 is 21. I am going to have to divide this one by 2 by hand. So 2 will go into 21 go into 2 one time. 2 can't go into 1, so I'm going to add a 0 up top and a decimal. Add a 0 on the inside. 2 will go into 10 5 times. So we get 10.5 inches squared. So what does this all mean? Okay, so anytime we are given an even number, you noticed one even number, doesn't matter 1 or 2, but if we give one even number, it turned out with no decimal. But if we don't have any even numbers and they're both odd, then we get a decimal. And your decimal will be 0.5. All right, so we're going to look at 3 more types of problems. Still triangles, but different different pictures than what we just did. All right, so right triangle, okay? So it looks different, but still the same. There's your base, there is your height. So we've got our 1/2 BH. So base is 12, height is 7. So we're going to multiply 12 times 7, which is 84. Cut it in half. Half of 84 is 42 inches squared. Okay, obtuse triangle. So your base, this one looks weird because I think we have to do some adding. So your height is 14, but your base is still 8. Okay, it's where it starts and where it ends of the triangle. That's your base. So plug it into our formula. So base is 8, height is 14. And then multiply 14 times 8, since it's a bigger number. 8 times 4 is 32. Carry your 3. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 3 is 11. Then we need a half, 112. So 2 will go into 11 5 times. And then 2 will go into 12 6 times. And so we get 56 inches squared. Okay, and again, since these are both even, they come out even. Then our last one is our triangle. So we're not going to do our slants. And then we are going to write down our formula, 1/2 BH. So base is 12, height is 8. So we marked off the number on the slants. We do not use those. So there's our base. There is our height, and then we're going to multiply. So 12 times 8 is 96. And then we're going to cut 96 in half. So we're going to divide that by 2, since it's a bigger number. So 2 will go into 9 4 times. And then 2 will go into 16 8 times. So we get 48 inches squared. All right, so your homework is going to be a bunch of area of triangles. Some of it will be a review from other shapes we've done from yesterday and Monday.